Why now is the best time to start Final Fantasy? Oh god.
Hey Buns, so with Endwalker still half a year away, you might not be feeling a ton of pressure to jump into Final Fantasy 14 right now. You might even be thinking, oh well, I'll just wait till November 23rd rolls around and then I'll buy Endwalker and start playing. But first of all, you don't actually have to pay for anything to start playing Final Fantasy 14 because
Really?
Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial that goes up to level 60 and includes
Oh.
the first expansion, Heaven's Word. So you can milk.
Is this the fucking meme that I keep reading? Like, yeah, because I always fucking see this all the time, and I don't really know what it's about, or like what it, like, I don't even know what Heaven's Ward is. Is it like Burning Crusade? No idea.
Several hundred hours out of that just on its own. There's not necessarily anything wrong with waiting till November 23rd to buy Endwalker, because if you pre-order it now and you don't have the expansions already, you won't be able to access Stormblood or Shadowbringers content until Endwalker releases.
Oh shit.
Because they're all bundled together.
That's
so if you
cute.
want to play the expansions now, you need to buy Shadowbringers now. That includes Stormblood. And then Endwalker when it comes out, or pre-order Endwalker.
So it's like BFA
like I said,
and like
the free trial
Shadowlands.
includes Heaven's Word, and you can get a lot of mileage out of that without paying anything at all.
That's
Financial
nice.
considerations aside, there are some real practical reasons why you would want to play Final Fantasy 14 all the way up through Shadowbringers before Endwalker comes out.
Why is that?
The first reason is because leveling to 80 and getting through all of the story on your first character can take easily 200 or 300 hours of playtime. Now that might sound overwhelming at first, but please understand that these are 200 hours that are meant to be enjoyed and relished, and that you get to do only once. It's really enjoyable. Like, I wish I could go back and do it all again for the first time, but I mean, to properly...
I just want to get to where I fight the guy with the big sword, dude. Now, I said I will not boost. I will play through it, but like my goal is get to the guy with the big sword. That's what it's all about.
Really enjoy it, to play it the way it is designed to be played, which is as a Final Fantasy game, you know, smelling the
Never
roses
played one.
along the way. Yeah, it's going to take
Unironically,
200,
never
300
played a Final
hours.
Fantasy
I remember, well, I don't know if it's really comparable, but I started in Heaven's Ward and I was playing pretty, I guess, fairly casually, and it took me maybe 2 or 3 months to get to max level.
Okay.
And that's just on your first job. Now, alt jobs, the second, or, you know, the second, third, fourth jobs, like any other jobs that you decide to level, those are not going to take as long.
Man, like this shit puts me off so much how they call it jobs. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like it really fucking does. Like, that's the one thing I didn't want. Like, call it class, call it role, call it not responsibility, but not job, man. That's like, you could call it any word except that. Like, job, fuck, it's so minor, bro. No, it's not minor. I've had my dad telling me I need to get a job for years, man. I'm like, fuck, I don't want a job. And now I've got to like reorient my brain that it's supposed to be like a neutral thing or a good thing. I spent a long time worrying about that.
You got through all the story. It might take, I don't know, 30, 40 hours. That's just like a random guess.
Yeah.
For alt jobs, there are a lot of systems in place to help speed up the alt job leveling process, and that's something to keep in mind too. You don't know how many other jobs you might level before you find the one that you decide to main, because the odds that you are going to actually stick with that first job that you played to max level, like that's going to be your main for Endwalker.
Yep, true.
I mean, it's kind of unlikely. It's kind of like deciding to marry the first girl you date. Like, it could happen, and it's really lucky for you if that happens.
The thing is, though, is like if you marry the first girl you date, you don't gotta think about it anymore, right? Because now, like before, you have to think about, oh, now I gotta talk to a new girl, I gotta take her out on a date. Like now, you talk to her, all right, good, lock that one down, boom, let's move on. I'm gonna get back to playing video games, doing what I need to do, hang out with the boys, right? You just knock that part of your life out, you're done. Now you get more time to hang out with the boys, play video games.
But you might want to look around. You might want to try some of the other play styles that are available.
Whatever
Having all
has the
jobs
two-handed
leveled
sword.
is a really good idea in general, especially going into a new expansion where there's going to be a lot of new content that everybody wants to get into. If you can play more than one role, if you play a healer and a tank and a DPS, it's going to massively expand the number of groups you will be able to actually get into in Party Finder. And don't forget that if you get all of your battle jobs to 80, you actually earn an Amuro mount. So on top of making sure that you've given yourself enough time.
Whoa, 1 sec.
You actually earn.
That's nice. How fast can it go? That's not the fastest it can go, right?
To in Party Finder. And don't forget that if you get all of your battle jobs to 80.
Like, it can go faster than that, right? It can go faster than that? Okay, all right, cool. I was about to say, man, this is fucking useless. Who the fuck wants this shit? A piece of shit is moving around. What the fuck? There's a flying camel. Yeah.
You actually earn an Amuro mount. So
Cool.
on top of making sure that you've given yourself enough time before the expansion to leisurely get to level 80 and not feel rushed, even have time to check out other jobs, you might also want to get your relic weapon for Shadowbringers before Endwalker comes out.
Is that like an artifact weapon? Like a Legion artifact weapon? Yeah, okay, alright. I just kind of assumed. I thought so, but yeah, that's okay.
The reason I say that is because there are a lot of quest items that you need to assemble the relic weapon for Shadowbringers that require a giant group of people all working together.
Oh, wow.
Right now, everyone is doing that. It's like the thing that everybody in game is doing. And after Endwalker comes out, people are not going to be doing it as much at all.
Shit,
and it may become more difficult to find groups for some of the raids that you need to get these items. It might be more difficult to get enough people into the Bajan Southern Front or Zadnor for all the...
So can I ask like a dumb question? How long would it take if I got, like, let's say you get to max level, how long does it take to get best in slot gear? Like, I mean, like, the best gear in the game. How long does it take to, like, you can go into the best raid, the hardest raid? Like, 6 weeks? A month? That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, because, yeah, it's locked to weeklies. Oh, okay, all right, it's 6 weeks. That's not that bad.
Engagements, all the skirmishes that require so many people working together to get these relic weapon quest items. So yeah, it might end up being a situation sort of like how Eureka is now, where yes, there are certainly some people who still do Eureka to get items for the Stormblood relic, but it is nothing near what it was like in Stormblood, and it's definitely much harder now.
So it's like raid
than
tiers.
It was in Stormblood.
Yeah.
So I fear the same
like
thing may
the
happen
deer.
for the Shadowbringers relic. That situation may be somewhat helped by the addition of Data Center Visit coming, where people from different data centers can all come together and all work on the relic weapon together. That might, you know, allow you to connect with more people wanting to do that.
Are data servers, data center servers? Or like, is it like a battle group or a server? It's like it's like a battle group. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Content that is no longer as popular as it was, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. Like, I think that I would not want to wait until after Endwalker to get my Shadowbringers relic weapon. Now, why would you want the Shadowbringers relic weapon? Pretty much it's just for glamour. I mean, after Shadowbringers, it is not going to be relevant anymore.
So it's just like the artifact weapons.
Really nice. And
that's cool.
I mean, now's the time it's going to be the easiest, I think, to get.
I don't want that.
And that's not even mentioning all of the unlocks that you will need to do after you complete the story. You will need to definitely do all of the Return to Iblis raids from Stormblood so that you can actually start on your relic weapon journey for Shadowbringers. You will need to unlock all the dungeons for all of your roulettes, all the normal raids, and all of their associated stories from every expansion. Like, you've got a lot of unlocking to do.
God damn.
And you don't want to feel rushed going through all that.
Holy shit.
And I can tell you that there is a huge wave of new players right now coming to the game. Like, I mean, I run the Discord server and YouTube and everything. Like, I have access to all these analytics, and rest assured that we are experiencing a massive tsunami of new players coming to the game. And so because of that, it's an excellent...
I wonder why. Yeah, I fucking wonder why. Honestly, it's probably like there's a lot of people I think that want to play WoW, but there's just nothing to fucking do in the game. And so now they're playing this instead. That's the way it feels like to me. Is it that, yeah, WoW refugees, because they're like, well, fuck, there's nothing in WoW. How many times can I do the daily quest that has me on a fucking umbrella, and I have to hit the red balls? Like, how many red balls do I want to hit? That's too many balls.
Time to jump in, because you are not going to be hurting for people queuing for low-level content,
that's
dungeons,
cool,
and all that kind of stuff that you will need to do as you're moving through the story. Keep in mind also that the story that has been going on since 1.0, the Hydaelyn Zodiark story arc, will be coming to its conclusion with the 6.0 patch, and from 6.1 and onward, it will be a whole new story arc that's going to last us for years and years to come. So, like, this is an incredible time to not only catch up on all the story that's going to lead up to this like epic big finale in 6.0, but you'll also get to be there for the very beginning of the new story arc that will lead us onward for many years.
Why the fuck would you, like, if I saw that shit happening, I would go into a bomb shelter, man. Like, why the fuck do they not have bomb shelters? They're just standing outside like it's not even gonna happen. There's giant fucking meteorites coming in there. It's like an extinction event gonna happen. They're like, ooh, you know? It was sudden. Oh, so it came out of nowhere. All right, yeah, maybe that's true.
Just to come. A big reason why you might want to, you know, have your character fully ready, fully prepared when Endwalker comes is because it will allow you to be a part of that fresh expansion hype that is really fun. It's really a magical time in our community because we don't have a PTR, you know, we don't have the public test realm or the beta testing where everybody knows what's going to be in the new expansion. No one knows. No one knows what's going to be in the expansion. No one knows what's going to be in the story. And so because of that, we all get to experience it together, and it is something really, really special. And
so do they have fucking like data mining or some shit, dude? Like, because I'm wondering about that. Like, the people, so they don't have any, so like it comes out and like nobody knows what's gonna happen. It's all in-house. That's crazy. See, like, I don't know why. I wish WoW did that, because it actually feels like I've seen like clips of some of like the fucking cinematics and shit from 9.1, and it's like I don't want to see that. Like I want it to just like I want just to be like the day that the expansion comes out is the day that everybody sees the game for the first time. I would rather have the game be bugged out and dysfunctional a little bit and be able to have everybody experience it for the first time together, rather than this data mining like, oh, okay, well, I've done the leveling route 18 times on the beta, and so we have to collect these carrots and then turn these carrots into the magic rabbit who's going to give us the coin that we give to the leprechaun that we then have to follow over the magic rainbow, and then we get his pot of gold and we level to 65. You know what I mean? Like, you just know everything. I just think it's boring, man. I think it's fucking boring.
That, I mean, obviously, you'll still be a part of it if you're not at max level at the time that Endwalker comes out, but you will not have to worry about getting spoiled if you're able to go through the story at the same time as everyone. Oh, and if you're thinking about playing the new job Reaper or the new job Sage, both those new jobs coming in Endwalker, then you might want to, for Sage, I don't know, try out Scholar, see what a shield healer is like, because we know Sage will be a shield healer. For Reaper, you might want to play Dragoon a bit, because we know it will be a maiming job at the very least. You'll be able to collect some maiming glamour, some maiming gear.
I like the sound of that.
A Reaper could use. This game also has a lot of seasonal events upcoming soon, like the Moonfire Fair, it's happening in August, the Make It Rain event happening in July, and those are recurring events that happen at the same time every year.
That's cute.
And they usually will give new glamours, new emotes that you can get for free while the event is going on, but once the event
this is what I was saying, though, is like people compare this to like Vulpera or whatever. Bro, this is a huge, like, I know people get mad about if I ever criticize this game, but bro, this is not a, this is a human female with bunny ears on, bro. Like, this is not some new, this is a human female with bunny ears. Like, this is straight outside the Playboy Mansion. What the fuck is this supposed to be? Like, I know that obviously they have like their own cool races, but this is not one of them, bro. Like, this is literally a human with bunny ears on and maybe a tail. She's got normal hands, normal feet, normal titties, bigger than average, which is good, but it's got a normal face. Everything else is fucking normal, except that she got the ears. That's it. Everything else is the same.
It's over. You cannot get them at all until next year when they put old...
That's straight up out of an OnlyFans shoot. Like, there's probably like 10 girls in like the Just Chatting section or whatever, right, on Twitch that have done that exact thing. Like, this is not a new race. These are human females. These are human fucking females, man. And yeah, is there an ass slider in the game too? No.
Event rewards on the Mog Station that you can buy for real money. So if you didn't get this outfit from Moonfire Fair 2020, it is too late to get it for free. We are also expecting the much anticipated return of the FF15 crossover event, which will let you get a 4-seater car. Brand new car. The last time we saw this event was 2 or 3 years ago, and who knows if it will come back. I mean, you probably want to get it while you can in September, because there's not a guarantee that it will return. Probably around September 2, they will show us the Java Actions trailer for Endwalker, where
holy, this is like a fucking... This is some Batman shit. Oh my god, there's literal flying cars. 4-seater as well. Can you kick somebody out of the car while you're in the air? Yes. If you do that, do they fall down and die? You can strand them in places? Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. That's good. You don't die from fall damage out of combat. Oh, shit.
Get it while you can in September, because there's not a guarantee that it will return. Probably around September.
But what if you drop them on top of like a bird that they would get in combat with in the process of dropping, and then they'd be in combat with the bird, and then they hit the ground and die? Would that work? That works. Okay, all right, cool. That's good.
It will show us the Job Actions trailer for Endwalker, where we will get a sneak peek at all the different new abilities, the different jobs they're going to get. We might get some information about how different jobs will work from a gameplay perspective, and that might help you decide what job you want to main. If you just feel like waiting it out a little longer, that's perfectly fine.
The effects are really flashy.
So are you a new player? Are you still in the free trial? Are you considering whether or not to buy Endwalker now or buy Shadowbringers right now? Or are you a max level player and you're already good to go? You're all ready for Endwalker. You have your main job chosen, and at max level, you are like fully decked out with gear. You got your relic, and all you're doing is just waiting and chilling till Endwalker comes out. Let me know in the comment section and down below. And if you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow Warriors of Light. Thank you so much for watching.
I don't know if we're Warriors of Light, guys. I'm sorry to say. But, you know, we're doing what we need to, all right? So it's a nice video. She's a nice girl. Like, I think this is a good video. Listen, if you could get a car, man, can you... All right, so I'm going to ask another question about the car. Can you run somebody over with the car? No? Why? That's my favorite part about Call of Duty. Bellular just put out a new 5-minute video about you. Even Asmongold is trying Final Fantasy 14. No. The thing is, like, it's not even, right? Like, I tried ESO whenever, right? Like, I'm willing to try the game. It's a lot of people want to see it. It's not like WoW is so bad that I'm trying Final Fantasy 14, right? It's that I want to try this because I think that it's, I think it's something that the viewers would like to see, right? It's something people want to be anticipating for a while, right? That's it.
Okay. Final Fantasy topics.
Yep.
Let's talk about things.
Oh, boy.
So, Asmongold said, I will try Final Fantasy 14
I will try.
on Twitter.com.
I did do that.
And I almost immediately replied to him with...
let's fucking go.
Basically, please don't stream it. Oh, he does have a follow-up tweet. He says, as a follow-up, this isn't a big deal to me, but I know it is for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Please just let me enjoy and play the game without turning into a drama or anything else unpleasant. It's just a game. 100% that. 100%
True
that.
and real.
And I would say there, like, my personal recommendation would be, Zach, play it as Zach. Don't play it as Asmongold. Don't do it on stream. At least do it in your second stream channel.
Definitely.
But point there is... And like I say this having streamed before, you cannot get immersed while you're looking at chat.
Difficult. Look.
You just can't.
I agree.
And if you have in-game audio muted and music on, it just all those things ruin the experience.
Might as well not.
I feel like you can get immersed, but you have to like, it's like I remember I got immersed a little bit in Witcher whenever we were doing the quest for the crones. And you had to deal with the crones and do like the shit in like the swamp. Like that was cool. Like I did get a little bit immersed in that, but I'm not a big immersion kind of guy, period. I'm a guy that plays games. I'm a gameplay kind of guy, right? That's always been where I'm about. Do sub mode. I feel like everybody always acts like this, like, oh, me playing Final Fantasy is gonna be some massive fucking apocalypse. It's not. Just chill out. It's a fucking video game. It's a fucking video game.
Play the game.
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie muted. Like
with FF, it's like I think streaming the end game MMO bit after the MSQ was obviously like
Awesome.
yeah, totally regular.
Yep,
But yeah, I just say it's that sort of thing, like streaming Final Fantasy 14, like doing the MSQ and stuff. That is going to, I mean, spoilers and stuff for your
Main
audience,
story
it's gonna
quest
hurt
line,
their
that's right,
experience,
yeah.
But more importantly, for the individual doing the streaming, it's like the worst way to experience that game. And then also, I think it would make for a bad game because, being real, Realm Reborn is fucking tedious sometimes.
Very tedious
It
times.
is very tedious sometimes, and I can talk about that. I have a little bit of a pacing gripe with the game thus far. I don't know, overall positive, but a few gripes.
That is something that I do worry about. That's definitely something that I worry about, is that the game could be boring to level through. And I feel like I want to get to the max level. I want to finish the content, and I don't want to use a boost. Because if I buy a boost, then here's the reason why I don't want to buy a boost. Is that if I buy a boost, everybody will always say that you don't like any criticism that I ever make of the game will be invalidated in the minds of so many people because I bought a boost. And they will somehow think that because I bought the boost, my opinion about a raid doesn't matter. And I know this will happen. Like I know, like it's what's gonna happen. So I can't buy a boost and then have any criticism for the game. I have to actually play it and go through it the whole way, or people aren't gonna fucking accept it. I know what it is.
So yeah, look, don't ruin it, as it says in our document. Don't
Yeah,
ruin it for
chat.
man.
Don't
know,
ruin it for me.
Let's treat it as just a human playing Final
Yes.
Fantasy 14.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
It's sort of
Exactly.
funny how us and FF has like exploded in the internet so
That's
much
what I
these
was
days. Yes, well, it has this side effect.
Yeah,
There
so
it
you're
is.
saying FF exploding?
Yeah, it's like, I think it exploded just because it's like, oh, wow, people playing FF. That is
Exactly.
newsworthy, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like purely just, yeah, I'm playing it, a few hours when I can. That's it. That's literally it.
Yeah.
It's just different from a streaming thing. And
People take it way
you
too
know,
seriously. True.
I could talk about all the reasons why I think streaming it would be bad, but I already did that last week.
Yeah.
I already talked about why I won't personally stream it, and obviously those are the same reasons I'd say to anyone else. Don't really know, like, Asmongold, I'm fairly sure he said he doesn't really enjoy narrative games or, like, the story stuff that much.
Not that much.
I think he
So I
said
feel
that. I think he may have said that under pressure to kind of, not to decry the game, but to
Yeah.
defend himself from being forced into playing it, maybe. Because I saw a lot of people point out that, like, he'll say that and then there'll be some oh yeah, actually this is a pretty good example actually. He said that about whenever he's talking about FF before, and I think was in response to one of our clips, was it? I think so.
Could be.
Yeah, but he's talking about like how he doesn't really enjoy story-driven games and all that. And then when he was watching the video that went up, so that was yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Couldn't tell you.
Fuck, time is unreasonable. John put like a bit of Sylvanas holding the
Man,
Helm of Domination over
That's
Volvo
such
after taking it off.
bullshit.
And Asmon paused and just hit that pause and then went
Well-
off on how like Sylvanas being
Well, because it was. It fucking was. And absolutely, I mean, it was some bullshit, man. And like, yeah, obviously it pissed me the fuck off. Like, that's my whole point. Now, obviously, like, here's the thing, right? Is that, WoW, like, I care about, it's like Dark Souls. I think it's a good example of this, right? It is like the Dark Souls, like, you can play Dark Souls, not give a fuck about the story, and you can still enjoy the game as much as you want. Like, I feel like a game, like, the narrative of Shadowlands is not the centerpiece of the game. So, like, if the narrative is the centerpiece of the game, like something like Detroit Become Human, Life is Strange, even Witcher 3, right? Like, it's going to be harder for me to get into games like that because I don't really play games for that reason. But overall, like, yeah, of course I care about stories. Of course they matter. But it's just not really what gets me in the door, if that makes sense. It's like the sprinkles on a cupcake, but I'm buying a cupcake because it's got that pink frosting on it, and it's like it's a good cupcake, right? That's why.
you could be sold on it. That's what I mean.
I could
Yeah.
be.
He could 100% be sold on it.
Yeah, I just think it's
An example of me being stalled on a story is Gears of War. I love the Gears of War story. I remember playing Gears of War. I fucking, dude, I played the campaign more than I played multiplayer.
like I'd say for anyone, like if you just happen to be a streamer and you're interested in picking up this game,
Yeah.
I would just say to you, try to grab it in your free personal time outside of outside of that stuff, because
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to properly sort of take the game as it comes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
You know, sort of how they sort of intend it to be structured.
Yeah, so even I have that thing where I played Heavensward a little bit faster than I would have liked.
Oh.
And I don't remember it all that super well. So I'll probably hit up New Game Plus to go through Heavensward again. Like,
That's
I know
cute.
what happens, but I want to kind of experience it again.
They
with
have
a
New Game Plus.
kind of fresh eyes.
All right. That's good. I'm glad to hear what they have to say, man.